Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now.
Welcome from Riverwood. I'm here with my companions, Vigilance, the War Dog, Skjaran the Drunk, and Arissa the Wandering Rogue. We've saved Ralof from a collapsing cave back at Helgen where the dragon just attacked, and in gratitude he's taken me back to Riverwood where his sister Gerda lives with her husband Hod, and we have fended off some wolves and are now listening to Ralof's incredible story. It's basically the story that I read already in the Adventurer's Journal that I found up in Helgen, but this is coming from a real-life person.
And I was there.
Now, since the last episode, you may have noticed that I've added a lot of mods, and most of those have come from a Real Explorer's Guide to Skyrim. That is another step pack. I'm already running Skyrim Revisited Legendary Edition, which adds a lot of textures and visual mods in addition to a few gameplay tweaks. And then, of course, I'm running Requiem and some mods of my own choosing. But now I have a lot more expanded content, including expanded towns and cities, and more. So, this is very exciting. But I think that Gerda's talking to me.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
I really appreciate it. Now, a little bit earlier, I got some supplies from her. I asked her about the Jarl, and we know how to get to Whiterun. Now, it sounds like Jarl Balgruuf up in Whiterun is trying to choose between supporting Ulfric and supporting the Empire. She mentioned Elisif, so I'll ask and see who that is. I think that she's up in Solitude.
She's Jarl Elisif now.
Jarl Elisif.
She married High King Turig just before Ulfric killed him.
Oh, okay, his
Empire supports
widow.
her claim to be High Queen. I don't really have anything against her. Not her fault that her husband Turig was bought and paid for by the Empire.
Right, but she's not doing anything different than her husband, is she?
With her husband Turig dead,
Aye.
Ulfric will make sure she never takes the throne as High Queen.
That sounds good to me. This is not a rumor then. Ulfric killed the High King.
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way.
Trial by
Ulfric
combat.
called him out as a traitor to Skyrim and killed him in single combat.
That's the old way.
Turig couldn't defend his throne. He had no business being High King.
Yeah, we Nords are all about who's the strongest. There's no High King now, though, is the situation. Just civil war.
No, not until the moot meets to choose another. And it won't meet until one side or the other wins the war.
That makes sense.
Don't worry, though. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He'll drive out the Empire, and Skyrim will have peace at last.
We can hope. Let's hope more about driving out the Thalmor. What can you tell me about Riverwood? I've never been here before.
It's my mill. Some folks
Oh.
thinks it's my town, too. But it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
Ain't that always the way it goes? All right.
All right, then.
A pleasure, Gerda.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I missed, but
Oh, nobody's gonna
anyone else's game.
miss you. It's like 10:30 at night.
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's Stormcloak.
Yeah.
I'll let them into the house and, show them where everything is.
That's not necessary.
Help them drink up our meal.
It's pretty
See
late,
you later.
and I should be heading up to Whiterun, I think.
I know how to lay low.
Yeah, it would just draw attention if you were traveling with a big crowd.
Trader says thieves broke into his store. Strange. He says they hardly took anything.
Oh, is that so? I think Arissa knows somebody who works there.
I
Ralof?
told you my sister would help us out.
Yes, and I really appreciate it. Do you know why you were being executed?
Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric's Stormcloak himself.
Well, I understand that.
Right. The leader of our fight against the Empire. I forget that most people don't know what he looks like, except for those Imperial wanted posters.
Well, all I really know about Ulfric is that he beat down the Forsworn, and was promised that in exchange, Nords would be able to worship Talos, and then the Jarl of Markarth decided, with Thalmor pressure, that couldn't happen, and so then he attacked Ulfric. But why is the Empire trying to kill Ulfric? Is it just because... it's just all complicated.
I was assigned to Ulfric's guard.
Alright,
We
so
were
you
on
don't
our
really
way
know
to
either.
Darkwater Crossing in the south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5 to 1 at least.
So they were trying to make an example of you.
Ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess. I
Well,
thought they were taking
but
us
then they...
out to Cyrodiil, parade us in front of the Emperor.
Right,
Then
right.
We stopped in Helgen, and you know the rest.
And there was no parading to be done. Well, I know how to get to Whiterun. Ralof, take care. Keep under cover. We will warn Jarl Balgruuf.
I'm going to rest up here a while before heading to Windhelm. Be careful.
Alright. And you too, my man. Let's go. Oh, my torch went out. Now, what I think I should do... is get another torch out. Maybe we stop by the inn and make sure that I've got enough food. I'm sated, well hydrated, rested. Oh, I'm perfect. You may notice that I switched from realistic needs and diseases to iNeed for my needs mod, and that's just because iNeed is a bit simpler. It doesn't modify vanilla records, so it's more compatible naturally with Requiem and my other stuff. It doesn't require all these patches. Giving it a whirl anyway. Shoot, I guess that we could just head on up then. It's a pretty night, and frankly, I would rather be done with this warning stuff sooner rather than later. Oh! What was that, birds? Okay. So we are going... I think we're headed roughly east. So that's roughly east, and then this will be north. Yeah. So let's hope this road turns. Uh-oh. What is that? Bandits. Get him, Skarn. Okay, bandit. I got the leader. Ha! Ah! Is there somebody trying... Okay. Is there somebody trying to shoot me? There's somebody trying to shoot me. You can take that, Skarn. I do not have heavy armor. Where is the archer, anyway? Where are they? Anybody? Okay. All taken care of? This is dangerous territory. Anything on them that I want? A message. I'll take the potions of healing. Ooh, a face mask. Nose scarf, green. It looks kind of purplish, doesn't it? I'll wear that the next time I rob somebody. Where's Arissa? She might like a face mask. Are you kidding me? Are there more? Arissa! Do you see them?
Run while you can.
Ooh, what is this though? Executioner's double axe? That last guy. Executioner double axe, 139 damage. What do I have? I just got my Elven Battle Axe of Burning. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good with what I've got. Let's move. I want to get to Whiterun before it gets any later. And more terrifying outside. More wolves. God. So we are supposed to be going basically north. Yeah, it's that way. Going around the bend here. It's lovely country. Who are you? A wood
Greetings,
elf.
brother. You look weary.
Oh, greetings.
I have something to help you relax if you're interested.
What are you talking about?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course.
Excellent. Let me see. Really, I can't buy anything from him? I can't... I don't want to intimidate him. I just want to see what he's got. Let's see.
Get going.
Alright, what do you have for sale?
Take a look.
I will. So you've got Sleeping Trees. That actually looks much better. I've taken skooma before, and it does crazy things to me. Maybe sleeping tree sap is more my style. I'm going to take your tree... Oh, it's $3.99 a bottle. Whoo, never mind. Never mind. I don't have that kind of money. I think I have some skooma I can sell you, though. I'm just not going to use it. My vision goes all blurry, and... I don't know. I haven't wanted any since I prayed at an altar of Julianos. Oddly enough. I think he, did something to my head. Alright. Well. Best of luck. Okay, where are we going? North, north, north. I wish I could see a city. Oh, that's it, isn't it? That is Whiterun. It's a very large castle. I wish I had a horse. Are you trying to tell me something?
Best place to relax in the whole city.
Okay, I'm actually feeling a bit hungry. Arissa, are you trying to say that you don't want to go to Whiterun? And you just wanted me to go? Listen. Tell me what you know about this place.
There are plenty of roads that make crossing Whiterun hold a breeze. If you want to find adventure, you have to explore off the beaten path.
Well, we've seen bandits on the road already. I wonder what kind of adventure is off the beaten path. But you don't have any objection to going, yeah? And good, thank you for getting that torch out. I'm feeling all alone here, ever since I ran out of lantern oil. Okay, we're definitely approaching civilization. First time in Whiterun. This is exciting. Bandits attack. Oh, God. Did you hear them? Yeah. Alright, we all heard the same thing. Bandit warrior, are you honestly going to attack and run away? You can't do that with us. Should have thought it through. Who else? I don't see him, Arissa. I'm so glad that we're next to a lamppost. It's hard to fight in the dark. I hate fighting in the dark. You must hate shooting in the dark.
You asked for it.
Where is he? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Here we are. Huh. Guy has a giant sword, a mighty steel greatsword. My axe is still better. Let me grab this amulet of Mara in the mead. I like to collect all the necklaces of the divines. I think my companion has a couple of... One of my companions has the others that I've found. I haven't sold a single one that I've found. I think Mortis is shaping up to be sort of a religious sort. That was it. 2 of them. Okay, fine. Let's go. I'm out of torches.
I love a good fight.
It's just a mud crab. You could actually leave that one alone. I don't have any torches. I have my travel lantern, but I'm out of oil. Let's run. Run, run, run. Whiterun is right here. We're very close. A provincial courier service. Oh, this is where that courier lives. The post office. Excellent. What do we have here? Honningbrew Meadery. We are definitely going to have to visit Honningbrew Meadery. Is that a sign? Yeah. I think that I see apple trees back there. They might grow their own apples. Yeah. Now, is a mud crab really going to ruin this for me? Anyway, I'm going to have to come back and see the apple trees in the morning. Maybe get some Honningbrew mead. Come on. Honestly, I don't think that you have to worry about them. I'm all alone. They left me all alone to fight a mud crab. By the divines. Let's go. I can't do this in the dark. I can't do this in the dark. I hate it. If I were a vampire, I'd have night vision. Then I'd show them. But not right now. Whiterun Guard. Okay, we're safe here, I think. I hear something going on over there. Ooh, a giant! It's a giant! Whoa! He's attacking a farm. Oh, I killed it! Nice! Excellent!
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield brother.
Why, thank you. What's a shield brother?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions?
No, I
An
didn't
order
grow
of
up in
warriors.
Skyrim.
We are brothers and sisters in honor.
I like
And
that.
we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
I like that a lot. Can I join the companions?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane up in Jorvaskar.
I will.
The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Well, thank you. And nice to meet you, Aela. What about this giant?
On the wind today. Good hunt ahead of us.
Are you going hunting tonight? I'll get my arrow back.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
I understand it. Can you tell me where... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's good. I'm good. I'll talk to you later.
Fight with
Rhea.
us and you'll have stories to tell. Come up to your Vasker if you're worth anything in a fight.
I just showed you I can kill a giant.
The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs.
Okay. Look, I'll see you guys later. I have something else to talk about with someone. A carriage guard. That's smart. Okay. How much farther do we have? Whiterun Stables.
Buy easier, it's true. A jester, funny
What is
sooner.
this?
Just look on the glorious farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Glorious Farm. And maybe something else I should check out. A strange jester.
Sounds like you've had quite the journey.
This must be the main entrance. Yeah, I think I really need to save up for a horse. Doing everything on foot is a bit time-consuming. And bandity. And dragony, now that I think about it. And gianty, too. And wolfy.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
You've heard about the dragons, then. I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Well, I'm not going to hurt anybody. We just came straight from Helgen, actually. Whiterun discovered.
We'll pay whatever it
And a
takes.
lovely town it
We
is.
must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
Oh, that's,
Can't fill an order that size on my own.
I'm glad that Ralof didn't come with us.
And ask Yorland Greymane for help.
I'd sooner bend my knee to Wolf than Stormcloak.
Alright, so he...
Besides, Greymane would never make skills.
Fine. But let's stop by the Hall of the Dead, too, so I can pay mine.
We will stop by the Hall of the Dead. That's fine. Do you have family there, Skjarn?
Yeah,
Where do you come from?
the humblest of births. But someday, the most glorious of ends. That is if someone like
That sounds like me.
myself is even capable of dying.
That sounds like you.
Yet I am indeed a far cry from the life my mother sought to raise me in, when she was but a handmaiden working in Dragon's Reach.
You are from Whiterun.
In my childhood, I grew up
I had no
among
idea.
elders, thanes and highborn lords, sworn to the servant's oath, to perform one's duty and to go unnoticed.
I wasn't aware that servants had such an oath.
Indeed, Only I can think of nothing more dreadful than going unnoticed.
You kind of developed a
See,
complex,
I've always
didn't you?
wanted attention, yearned for it, craved it. And there is no pure attention, no higher appraisal of one's worth than the giving of applause.
And so you became a bard.
That's what I played for.
Yeah.
The last pluck of a lute string and the faint echo of silence before the crowd roars in appreciation.
You're going to have to play for me again
The
soon.
silence and the roar, the anticipation and the climax, the moments that seem to go on forever, and yet are never long enough.
Skarn, I think tonight the Jarl's going to give you his full attention.
Goodbye.
Come on. And yes, I was playing to you a little bit. I feel warm. So that must be the inn, the Bannered Mare. We'll stop by there a little bit later, I guess. Whiterun. Oh, it's a big dead tree. How do I get...
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
See, I feel silly coming by here, since everybody's heard about it already. The word has spread. We must have not been the only ones to escape. Anyway, I'll see if he can learn anything from me. And if he can, then I feel like I've done some small service. Dragon's Reach. Let's go in. Okay, this is a rather magnificent hall.
Nothing?
My lord, please. What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Valgrup is not receiving visitors.
No need for the ebony sword. I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in.
Yep.
Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Perfect. I cannot wait to meet him.
So,
You're a Balgruff.
Helgen, you saw this dragon with your own eyes?
I mean, I didn't really get a good look, but I heard him yelling. And I saw that the dragon destroyed Helgen. So, last I saw, it was heading this way. It flew south or north. I guess it was north, over Bleak Falls Barrow.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right.
Did she see it?
What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
It did level the whole place,
We should send
up in
troops to
Helgen.
Riverwood at once.
That's a good idea. They were looking for
Immediate
some.
danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains,
It's a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough!
not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people.
Okay, I can dig this guy.
Send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
yes, my Jarl.
He does slouch rather magnificently, doesn't he?
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
I did.
You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here,
Excellent.
take this as a small token of my esteem.
A flawless amethyst.
There
I appreciate
is
it.
Another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come,
What would you have me do?
Let's go find Farengar, my court wizard.
Okay.
He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Farengar, you know that I don't know anything about magic, right? It's not that I'm opposed to learning. I'm not like most Nords. And I've seen people in my travels use a lot of magic. I just don't know what kind of help I could give to your court wizard, Jarl. But I'll do whatever you ask. If you ask me to do something stupid, we're leaving.
I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
I'm Mortis
So
Winesot.
Jarl thinks you can be of use to me.
That's what he
Yes,
says.
he must be referring to my research into the dragons.
All I did was hear it roar.
Use someone to fetch something for me. Well,
Fetch
when I
something.
say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
Oh. Because... I mean, I just kind of meandered up here. Accidentally, almost. What does this have to do with dragons, anyway?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories
taught myself to
began
read.
to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities.
Were there stories of dragons?
One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
Smart. I hadn't heard any stories of dragons before I saw what one had done at Helgen. What do you want me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites.
A map of dragon
Go
burial
to Bleak
sites.
Falls
Interesting.
Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Bleak Falls Barrow, isn't that where they bury the Nord dead?
An old tomb built by the ancient Nords.
Yeah.
It's dating back to the Dragon War itself.
It's a bit sacrilegious
Maybe
to
you just want
rob
to know how to
tombs.
get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here.
I just came from Riverwood.
Locals can point you in the right direction once.
No, I've seen it. That's... How do you know the stone tablet is even in this tomb?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets,
Must we? Oh.
I have my sources. Reliable sources.
Huh. Are you the only wizard in Whiterun?
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course.
Good.
The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions.
Okay.
So kind as to deliver the frost salts for me. I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Yes, I'll drop them off on my way out.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task.
Farengar, is this how you treat everyone you ask for an obscure favor?
You know, if
this is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Don't you think that it's a bit in bad taste to rob tombs on suspicions of...
I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded.
You're twisting my arm, aren't you? Thank you, Jarl. Let's go. Tell me, Skjarn, you know Whiterun. Exactly who do these people think they are?